Yes, we are back with another video. This time around, we're going to be covering the Champions League quarterfinal second leg matches. So we got some pretty big matches coming in with some pretty tight scorelines, with Real Madrid versus Bayern being the standouts, and I would say also Arsenal versus Sporting. So hopefully you enjoy the video. Please do drop a like. If you do enjoy, subscribe as well. Let's get straight into the first match. Now, first off, we have Real Madrid versus Bayern. This match is going to be absolutely incredible. It's being played at the Allianz Arena. And I mean, Bayern won that first leg 2-1. And I mean, Bayern were completely dominating that match. I think from the first minute to the 60th minute. Then after the 60th minute, I feel like Real Madrid started to come into the game a little bit more, but Bayern were pretty good. Neuer on his day was unbelievable. He made, I believe, 9 saves at 40 years old, by the way. What a incredible player. Harry Kane showing up in a big match finally against Real Madrid and scoring the winner as well. Fantastic player. He's probably the top dog for the Ballon d'Or race at the moment. And Elise, I believe he has like 44 goals and assists so far this season already. That's unbelievable. 8 of those assists are in the Champions League. So yeah, that attack overall, I've been saying, has been so strong. Another player I think is pretty underrated is Kimmich. He absolutely ran that midfield, had it under control as well. Now moving on to Real Madrid. I don't know if they exactly played the best game, but they did have their chances. Both sides had their chances. Real Madrid had chances from Vinny, from Mbappe. So many chances were created between the two. They just could not take them. Mbappe had like at least 4 shots in front of goal, probably 3 of them being saved by Neuer. But yeah, Mbappe ended up scoring with an incredible cross from Trent off the right side, just low drilled into Mbappe, and Mbappe basically taps at him. But Vinicius Jr., there's a sequence where he was one-on-one with Neuer. He completely scuffed it. It's unbelievable how he scuffed that. But I think Real Madrid grew into the game slowly. The second leg is going to be huge for Real Madrid. Can they do that remontada that they always say that they're going to do? We'll figure it out. But my prediction for this match is probably going to be a 3-1 win for Bayern, and they're going to go through on a 5-2 aggregate score. Moving on to Sporting versus Arsenal. Now this second leg is going to be pretty huge, as well as the scoreline is pretty tight. The first leg ended 1-0 to Arsenal at Sporting's home ground. By the way, they've been undefeated throughout the whole time in the Champions League at home. So let's get started with Sporting. Sporting honestly were doing not too bad in that first leg. I think they had a few chances, multiple chances that they could have scored from. Once again, David Raya was just saving multiple shots. I think he had 5 saves in that game. Luis Suarez was kind of causing problems for Calafiori on that right side. He kind of had Calafiori struggling to defend him. Arsenal's defense was just too strong. I think Arsenal held them off pretty well. But Sporting at home losing was not on the cards. I did not expect this. But I think they're going to come into the second leg with a lot more fight, even though they're going to be playing away. And I think they're going to push even more forward, and they're going to have a even better game plan. Now moving on to Arsenal. Arsenal, they didn't have the best performance in that first leg, but they did control the game at times. The part that was lacking was the offensive side. I saw a clip the other day of Odegaard. Declan Rice kept on passing it to Odegaard, 2 players beside him. He could have just took the ball on a turn and started a attack. No, instead he just kept on passing him back. Nothing ended up happening after that. But Arsenal offensively obviously weren't the best. Defensively we were solid. We kept Sporting pretty quiet. Thanks to David Raya, he made some huge saves, which saved us in that leg, I'm not gonna lie. But late on, Arteta made changes to bring on Martinelli and Havertz, and those were fantastic changes. Havertz ended up scoring the winning goal, but Martinelli as well, he assisted it, and that was a incredible assist. He just did a little shimmy, shifts inside into the middle of the pitch, just a little dink over the defense. Havertz is there, takes a touch, he finishes it in the 91st minute to give Arsenal the win. Now in the second leg, obviously Arsenal are at the Emirates, so this is going to be a huge game, but my prediction for this game is I see Arsenal winning this game 3-1. So they're going to go through on a 4-1 aggregate score. Moving on to Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona. I mean, that first leg was absolutely unexpected. Atletico Madrid ended up winning that match 2-0. I mean, my favorite was Barcelona coming into the match, but unfortunately they did lose. But let's get started with Atletico Madrid. They came into that game with a real game plan. And I mean, I think they had one of the midfielders shifting into the back four to kind of cause problems, and that was working very well. But their plan was basically to sit back and hit Barcelona on the counter, and Barcelona got a red card. After that, Atletico Madrid kind of took control a little bit more. They hit Barcelona on the counter. Kubarsi got a red card, fouled Simeone, and Alvarez with a incredible free kick. I mean, he probably learned that from Messi, if we're being honest. But yeah, Sorloth scoring the second goal, and that basically sealed the win for Atletico Madrid. They came with a real game plan, and they really just held it down against Barcelona. Onto Barcelona, honestly, I think they played pretty well. They were the better side overall in the match until they got that red card in the 44th minute, and that's when the game kind of changed. Kubarsi, obviously, as I said, got the red card. Pedri got subbed off, I think, around halftime. But Lamine Yamal, this guy was trying to win the game by himself. He was dribbling past like 4 or 5 players. He just could not get that end product, could not get that shot off on goal. I think Lamine Yamal was the only player that really stood out and that really tried to make things happen in that game. Barcelona in the second leg, they're going to be playing at the Metropolitano. Can they do a comeback like they did against Newcastle? Potentially, but the Metropolitano is a tough place to go. But my prediction for this match is going to be like a 3-2 win for Atletico Madrid. And I think they're going to go through on a 5-2 aggregate score. And moving on to the last and final match, it's Liverpool versus PSG. I mean, this match did not go too well in that first leg. The first leg ended 2-0 to PSG. I mean, let's get started with Liverpool. Liverpool got absolutely dominated in that first leg. They had 0 shots on target. No Salah playing. He was on the bench as well. Ekitike, people were having conversations about him ghosting in big games as well. I mean, overall, Liverpool were just not it on their day. Can they turn that around? Since this second leg is going to be at Anfield, we're going to have to figure out and see. Maybe they could turn it around, but once again, you're playing the reigning champions who play probably the best football in the world at the moment. But Liverpool, I mean, I think Van Dijk once again was not the best. Today, Mamadashvili, he did make some decent saves, but I mean, it was obviously the defense's fault for the goals as well. But Kvaratskhelia, I mean, it was such poor defending from Gravenberch. He couldn't get a foot on the ball when Kvaratskhelia was just running at him. And yeah, that led to the second goal, which kind of killed that first leg off. But yeah, Liverpool are gonna really need their fans in the second leg at Anfield. So Anfield is gonna have to be roaring. But honestly, if Liverpool do lose this match, I see Arne Slot getting sacked. But yeah, moving on to PSG, what a performance from them. Completely dominated that match from start to finish. Limited Liverpool to 0 shots on target. PSG themselves had 17 shots and 7 on target, 74% possession. They were completely playing around with Liverpool. Desiree Doué for that first goal just took the ball at his feet, cut it inside, edge of the box on the left side, took a shot. I mean, it deflected off of Gravenberch, but still a very good goal. Desiree Doué, he just shows up in these big matches. What a youngster, by the way. They're missing Barcola, but Doué stepped up. Kvaratskhelia, I mean, as I mentioned before, that second goal, wow. João Neves playing the ball in behind the right back and the center back, just right in behind Kvaratskhelia, gets the ball, running towards the goal. And Gravenberch, he just falls behind Kvaratskhelia. And yeah, Kvaratskhelia takes the keeper out of the game and just passes it into an open net. This guy is probably one of the best wingers in the world right now. He's just unbelievable. But two players that I want to talk about is João Neves and Vitinha. Those guys just completely dictate the tempo of the game. They absolutely outran that Liverpool midfield. Vitinha just so good at controlling the tempo of the game. João Neves is there for creating. He's there for getting the goals as well. Just this overall team could potentially go back to back. It's unbelievable. They have quality all over the pitch. The technical just ability on all of those players is unreal. PSG had so many shots as well, so many chances created. I feel like they could have scored at least 5 goals. It could have been 5-0 in this match, but maybe it could change in that second leg. They could make it even more. They could be even more clinical. We'll see how Luis Enrique sets his squad up. But my prediction for this second leg is gonna be a 3-1 win for PSG, and I see PSG going through on a 5-1 aggregate score. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below your predictions as well, and don't forget to subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.